Can you hear me now? That should work. Hopefully. Test 1, 2. All right. Well, since I kind of made the theme on this music, you couldn't hear me sing, and it's a very good thing. Trust me. So, one of the most talked about, at least wise, as it's related to me, questions people have is, where can I find music? And I can't make it fit, and I can't, it's not what I wanted to do, or it's the wrong speed, or all sorts of things. And as you know, you can't just take music off the radio and apply that to your videos. You have to use something that either the creator of the music has said, fine, go ahead and use it for whatever you want to use it for, and you can do that. Or the creator of the music says, well, if you're not making money off of it, you can use it. So in other words, you can use their music if you don't monetize. And that's fine too. And others say, well, the only way you're going to use my stuff is if you pay me for it. Well, that's possible too. If you want to pay for the music, you can do that. But a lot of folks, they make a video every day or 3 or 4 a week. And if they're going to start shelling out anywhere from $20 to a couple $100 per song, that's not going to last very long. What has made it worse is because of the money end of it, there's been a number of companies said, oh, there's all kinds of money laying around out here. We're going to get us some of this. So we're going to contact all these musicians, or at least as many as they can. And we know that they don't have the resources to go out and scour the internet for their music being used. So we're going to propose something to them. We're going to say, we'll go out and do this for a percentage. And again, the creator of the music is the one that gets screwed. And it's been that way forever. For every musician that has truly made it financially, there's been thousands and thousands that have not. They just do it because that's something they enjoy doing. But these companies have set up algorithms that have gotten in touch with Google and said, hey, we have a company, we're representing some 10,000 artists or whatever the number is. So we want access to these videos that are being uploaded to you so we can match hashtags to see if any of these songs that these folks are using belong to the folks that we're representing. And if so, we have the legal rights from the owners of the music that says we're going to issue on their behalf, we're going to issue a copyright claim. And again, depending upon the individual circumstance, it could be a thing where, well, we're going to let you keep the video up and we are just going to put advertising on it. And we're going to collect all the money from the advertising. All the money from the advertising. And if you, as a creator, as a video creator, agree to that, well, that's fine. There's no strikes. There's no anything. It's just that any money that video makes is going to this third party, and they're taking a large chunk of it and then dispersing pennies back to the actual creator of the music. It's pretty crazy, but that's the way it works. In other cases, they say, well, we're going to allow you to keep the video up, and we're going to share the proceeds from it, which is fine too. I mean, you as a creator have the ability to, if a copyright strike is issued against you for music, for example, you have the ability to dispute it if you want. So your choices are to do nothing. Just say, okay, well, whatever this company says, I agree with. Or you can dispute it. And if you dispute it, you have to, it gets a little detailed. Fortunately, YouTube has made it so that these parties that are claiming music have to list a time in your video when it starts and when it stops. Could be for the whole video if it's all background music. It could be for a certain section of time. And typically, this is not always the case, but typically it's something that exceeds 15 seconds. So this is where I don't want to call it a rumor, but this is where the sayings have come in. Well, if you can use any kind of music if it's less than 15 seconds or less than 10 seconds, and you'll be fine. Well, you technically aren't. You're still breaking the rules. So the penalties can be very rough on the video creator. Unfortunately, for the big bad sheriff that comes in, all these other companies, there's no repercussion that I'm aware of for false accusations. So when you dispute one of these videos, you have to say, okay, during that time period in the video, this is the music that I'm playing. I obtained this music from such and such source, and here is the rights that I have to use that music. Now, I've had a lot of experience with this because generally in the wintertime we do a Christmas music thing where I will go into the YouTube library, and anything that's Christmas related, I will grab that music. I mean, it's all from YouTube, and YouTube, it says, okay, you can use it. And I will take it and I'll put it into a directory, and I'll link that entire directory and shuffle it. So I have no idea, so it's random, comes up random. And lo and behold, I get claims against that. So what I have to do then is I have to take my time and I have to go in and listen to where somebody has complained, saying that, well, they own rights to the music. And I listen to that, and it could be Silent Night by whatever that I got at on the YouTube library. But I have to state this is what was playing at that time. So if I don't have a record because I have shuffled the music around, and I may have some 150 to 250 different sounds, different songs or clips, maybe not all from YouTube, but from other sources, it can become an absolute nightmare trying to track down what song was playing at what given time. Now, one of the ways around that, there are some players out there available that will put up on the screen what the track is that is playing at that given time. At that case, if you've covered all your bases, it's very easy to go into that video and say, all right, I was playing Auld Lang Syne from this source, this is where I got the music, and this is the reason I'm disputing the claim. So when you do that, the person that made the claim or the company that made the claim, they have 30 days to respond to you. So you're out for a month while this is just going on. Now, YouTube says that the views and so forth, that all of that money is held into an account that doesn't get paid, doesn't go anywhere. That may or may not be the case. I don't have videos that get 1 million views in a week, so it's a little bit harder to really track. But I do find it interesting that some of these, I don't know if the proper word is foreign countries, but I have found in some foreign to the United States made music YouTube creators, they will have thousands in a live stream of this thing playing. Thousands of people. I've never seen that. It'd be kind of fun, but I've never seen it. So anyway, that's kind of beside the point. The whole thing is you have to be cautious where you get your music. If you just get your music from YouTube and you know you got it from YouTube, you're generally pretty safe. You may still get charges against you. Like I said, it's not a strike. It's just somebody is claiming, and you have the right to dispute it. And if you've just used YouTube, you're good to go. But a lot of people say, geez, I don't like the selections that I have from just YouTube. So I've done just a real quick Google search. I said totally free to use music. And of course, the first thing that comes up is not totally free to use music. Of course, it's also a paid ad. And for those of you that do use Google or Bing or whatever search engine you use, at least wise they're now putting the word ad underneath it. So you can see this is an ad. So just eliminate epidemic sound. They have a great selection of music, but it is not free. So we get into some of these other things. 14 sources for completely free music. This was an article put out by The Verge where YouTube launches library of free music that anyone can use. Well, this was put out back in 2013. Quora.com, 10 royalty-free sites. The whole point is there's a lot of places out there that, yes, you can get some free music. One of those is, I'm sure I would butcher it, but it's Audio Naughty. This is all this guy's music, and it's totally free. And all he wants back is he wants a mention. That's what he wants. He wants a mention. And it's searchable by the genre or the mood. So let's go for a medium tempo that has a bright mood, and I don't care what the genre is. Let's click Find Music. So here's the names of them and how long they are. So you get the ability to preview these before you waste your time downloading it. So let's just listen to this one real quick. Let me see if I get the... Okay, let's do this banjo one here. Okay, pretty short, but big intro. again, just something very short. So you can take bits and pieces of these and make them your own. You know, you can use them. Just put in a link on our Thursday night show. I use a lot of music from this individual, and I have his name listed across the top of every page that's shown. Right. Let me turn this on for a second. Right where you see the phone number across the top, I have his name across the top. Now, some of the other places out there, I opened up one of these. I found a search engine, said 14 sources, completely free. Let's just look at some of the names of them. Free Music Archive. Well, if I'm not mistaken, they've got some problems with this particular website. Incompetech, that's a good site. Ben Sound is also a good site. Op Sound is a good site. But not everything you find at those sites is totally free. Keep that in mind. Be very careful to what music you want to go grab. Matter of fact, all of these are not bad. Some of them are not real big. This one says close to 60 tracks. I mean, that's just plain not a lot. But there's always YouTube, and YouTube consistently is adding new tunes consistently, and they've got a pretty good search engine. So let's just say for the genre, let's go country and folk, and let's say that I do not want to have to use an attribution, so it's not required. And what that is, that's where you have to say, you kind of have to link back to the license that allows you to use this in the description or in the video. And in the mood, let's use bright, something nice and easy. And let's try. Well, let's do the durations. I want something real short. Well, 30 seconds, no matches found. 1 minute to 1:30, no matches found. Wouldn't you know? 1:30 to 2. Here we got some matches. So Hillbilly Hologram. Let's try Jeremiah's song. Yes, 2 wild onions. There is a way to copy and paste the attribution. So let me just show you that. Attribution is required. I'll just do a search that way. Let's do all durations so I come up with something. When you look at that particular one, I don't know why that didn't show. Oh, here it is. They've changed it, moved it on me. They've obviously changed this. Well, the way it used to be. It would just open up enough of a window you could copy. But this is not doing that. And even if I click the download, it's not, unless it comes with the download. That's very interesting, and this is something I don't want to spend a lot of time here wasting all your guys' time. So I'm going to have to look a little harder on this. This is not what I expected. It's not the way what it used to be. I try not to use music that I have to recognize who it came from. I try not to. I have no problem doing it. But the other problem is the length of the music never matches what you want it to. If your video, you want it for background music in your video, and your video is 4 minutes long, and you've got a piece of music here that's 1 minute 28 seconds, what are you going to do? Yeah, Hidden Valley Homestead, that's what I typically do. I'll either do that, or I'll go to a site where, like everything here, this is free.
There's a question about
What question?
what is a free or really cheap but good video editing software?
Okay. Free and cheap are kind of like oil and water, with a couple exceptions. DaVinci Pro is an excellent editing program, and they have both a free and a paid version. The free version gives you more than what you'll ever need to use, and it is a very professional piece of software. The problem with it is it's high-end software. It requires a lot of horsepower to run it effectively, and with it being free, you're pretty much on your own unless you can just go find some help online with some short tutorials or different things. Wondershare Filmora was what started our Tuesday night shows, and this was back before version 9. And it was a very simple to use, easy program that for $60 you owned it for life. You got all the updates, you got everything. Well, as they have updated the program and people wanted more and more and more out of it, the program became a little bit, I'm going to use the term clunkier, a little bit tougher to use. It wasn't quite so user intuitive. It required more effort. And at that point, did that make it as good as some other ones? Well, you can go back to it was $60 for the whole forever, and that's good. That's absolutely great. But that's a video editing program. That is not an audio editing program. There is some minimal editing you can do with it. In most of your video editing programs, there is minimal audio editing you can do. Probably the very best editing program you can get is what you see up on the screen here right now. It's called Audacity. It is an open source program. It is free of charge, and it is a very, very good program. However, it is 100% manual. You need to find your way around. There's very few. There's a few. mean, they have some things for, you can generate different effects. There are plugins available, but it's this program has a learning curve without question. Well, I think all of your audio editing programs have a learning curve. I use this quite a bit. It works great for custom blending your sound. You can change the pitch on the music. You can speed it up, slow it down. You can alter it so that only a very, very trained ear could make any kind of determination that the music was actually altered. But this goes back to, well, what if your music clip doesn't match the length of the video that you want it to fit? Well, if the music's too long, well, it's pretty easy. You just kind of clip it off at the end, and you use a light fade, and you just kind of fade it out at the end, and it just kind of goes away, goes into Never Never Land, which is fine, works very well. But the other problem is, what if you need the music to be longer? Well, now you have to go through, and I'm just going to open something up here so you can see it. And I'm sure most of you have here we go. We'll just do this one. Okay, this particular music clip, you can see this is not a waveform, but it's an indication of the sound. So when it plays, and it's stereo, left and right track. You can take this and cut it down very easy. I just selected, moved it back, and but it gives you an abrupt end, so you want to taper this down. Let's
L. Ford has a question for you.
All right, it moved too quick on me, so let me back this up here a second. Any idea how to convert a downloaded song in my Google Play app playlists to an MP4? What is its current format? Let me ask you that. There's all kinds of converters, and Audacity is one that, for example, here we can do a export as an MP3, as a WAV file, as an OGG. Those are the ones that immediately come in the default installation. So I don't know what your original waveform, or what your original file configuration is that you want to convert to an MP3. Many editors, they will play and work with virtually any type of file that you want. This is Filmora 9. So let's let's just import something. I have some music here.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
So the one nice thing about most of your editing programs is what they will do with audio is very, very similar to what you do with the actual video file. You can split it, cut it apart. You can go into each section, and I can have fade in, fade out. I can change the pitch. There is a small equalizer in here. There is a way to remove background noise, and there's volume controls. So I can have this first part of this clip, I can have this fade out, and we're going to have it fade out over 1 second. So now, when you play this, it just fades out gently. Now, if I want the pitch to change, and we'll just run it at about 2 there. Probably need to play a little bit more of that. But what I've done is I've slowed it down.
Never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
So actually what Filmora recommends you do if you are using this for background sound, they say import your sound twice. So you make a second track of the sound, and on the second track we're going to just lower the volume and this would be the volume you'd want that would be going on all the time. So in other words, it starts out louder and fades down into that volume. Now because it's exactly at the same time the way they start, it doesn't hurt anything. Although I do need to put this back to normal. We'll leave the fade out at 1 second. We'll say okay. So now when you play this,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
by doing it in that fashion, it just, although the one that you were hearing fades down to nothing, it just fades down to the preset level that you've determined for your background of the entire video that you're editing this on. So that's a quick way to do it. All of these ways work very well if you need to shorten the song. Where things are a little tougher is if you want to lengthen the song. If you want to lengthen the song, typically what you want to do is you want to find sections of the music that you can loop. And when I say loop, that means that it plays it over and over and over again. So you can't tell where it stops and starts. thus extending the length of the music. There is, you can do this manually. You can do this with Audiotronics. But Cyberlink has a program called Audio Director that will do this for you. So let's just grab a song. We'll get something a little different. Okay, this entire song is come on, show me. Two minutes 30, 2 minutes 28 seconds. So what you can do with this program is I can take this song and I can put it into mix mode. And for that, I drag it over here. You're now working with a single track. And I say adjust audio. And I want to adjust the length. I want to auto remix the song. So the original audio length was 2 minutes 29.878 seconds. So the new audio length that I want this to be, because my video is at 3 minutes and 40 seconds, I'll just type in 03. What did I say? 40 seconds? 40 seconds. I'll say apply. And that quick, it has adjusted the song. It has created a loop in here. It's going to be very difficult for you to see, but right in this area there is, well, I guess it will tell you, it's remixed from 20.36 to 229.78. So this is a remixed area that the entire song now is the length that we wanted it to be. As far as hearing it, I'm going to move this up to the area here where it actually did the remix, and we'll play it. And if you get ready, right there. So right through there is where it remixed this all automagically. That's my word for the night, automagically. It now is the size that you want it to be. So you go up and you go File, and you say, you can say Produce Audio. And we're gonna put it in my ZZZ folder, and we're going to name this Mixed Audio. I'm just going to leave it as a WAV file for no particular reason. And it's done. I can go into that folder. Mixed Audio WAV. If you notice, it's 3 minutes 40 seconds in length. So I've just taken this song and I've made it fit my video. So, does anybody come up with any other questions up through here? Not seeing anything. Okay. I don't know if you've all had the opportunity to see the video that we put up there today or not about the skillet, the cast iron skillet that's lightweight. What a great idea that was. But this is that video. And this is one that I had to change the background music because the video is just over 4 minutes in length. And I couldn't find any songs I wanted to use that were that long. So now if you watch this,
Hey folks. So, a little bit late on our monthly giveaway. I've been under the weather, for a better lack of a term, pretty much since mid last week, and getting better, but I'm still not there. But when we went to Layman's a few weeks back to meet up with Doug and Stacy and some great YouTube channels that we know online, not only YouTube but Facebook, Jay Loves Adventures, Sakima's Ridge, Loma Acres, Haywire Homestead, and Gabe, her son, which has his own channel, Gabe's Homestead Journey, I think. I'll look it up and I'll put his link up here. They were the first ones that we saw, so I got my first hug from Gabe.
okay, I stopped the video right here for a couple reasons. I want everybody here to be aware that the video, this entire video, was made from a well, it was made in a GoPro. It was made as a single camera video. Matter of fact, this is the original clip. Where I was setting it up. I'm not going to play this, but this is how it started. Okay, so what I did here was I created a JPEG, a picture of the skillet, used that in the beginning, used a layman's JPEG as a window-in-window. And added the text. And then I used a transition. I used a spin transition to bring the video into
Hey,
play.
folks. So, a little bit late on our monthly giveaway.
And I zoomed in on the video, so it's more of a close-in shot.
I've been under the weather, for a better lack of a term, pretty much since mid last week, and getting better, but I'm still not there.
So again, I used a spin transition just to change things around here.
But when we went to Layman's a few weeks back to meet up with Doug and Stacy and some great YouTube channels that we know online, not only YouTube but Facebook, Jay loves her.
Now, when Sherry starts talking about some of the other channels, I've gone out and I've gotten pictures of these other folks. So Jay Love, Sakima's Ridge, Oma, and Haywire Homestead. And then, of course, Gabe. But by taking the video, at this point, I've reversed the video. So the clock's backwards, but you can't tell that because it's too far away. But it looks like it's from a different camera. So different things like this, you can use a single image and switch things around.
Bakers is asking where we get our music from.
Most of the music that I use, most of it is from YouTube. This particular song that we use here is from YouTube. So anyway, this is what I kind of wanted to share with you here tonight, was different ways you can modify the music, how you can lengthen it, shorten it, how you can change the pitch, how you can change the entire tone of the music, make it fit your content. And it doesn't matter what your editor is, because the music in itself is in the background. Now you got two different sound sources here. You have the vocal sound, which comes with the video, and then we've added the music. But they're two separate pieces. And all we've talked about tonight here basically is the music. So what I would like to do,
David is asking, is a CyberLink Power Director?
yes. Yeah, Power Director is the video editing program. And the audio portion of that is Audio Director. They also have a Color Director. They have a Photo Director. And they have a Screen Recorder. So this is pretty much their suite of products. And it's good stuff. It's good software. So I'm going to open up the phone line here for a little bit. If somebody wants to call in and ask a direct question that we can address here in a short period of time, we'd be more than happy to do that. And I'm hoping that you got something out of this here tonight.
Carrie can't find TubeBuddy.
Carrie can't find TubeBuddy?
Yes, it's like it disappeared on the computer. She says it's not listed on the apps list, nothing comes up in search.
Go to tubebuddy.com.
Grizz just has a question for you.
Well, Grizz, your question, I'm not sure how to answer that. If it's a singing type song, well, obviously if you shorten it, it's at that point it's verbal, and I'm not sure there's a good way to shorten verbal. We're talking just the music portion of it. Doesn't matter what type of computer you're opening the app with, Mac versus PC. No, not provided that whatever your operating system has the proper codecs for the file type that you're trying to open, via a .mov, a .mp3, a WAV file. Greetings from Wyoming.
Carrie.
Okay, I just edit music in iMovie, and that's an editor for Macintosh, Apple, and
Carrie is saying TubeBuddy says she already downloaded it and she can't figure out how to download it again.
well, TubeBuddy is not a program. I mean, here's TubeBuddy. This is it's a website. Now, TubeBuddy is an extension on the Chrome browser. So they have browser extensions, but there's no program that I'm aware of. Nothing that I've ever used anyway, because I come into here. I will use the browser extension, but I don't. And TubeBuddy gives you access if you have a paid membership to TubeBuddy. You also have access to sites like Audio Hero, which is all free. Juke Deck, which is also all free. I find it interesting that TubeBuddy now has Filmora in their lineup here. If you are a paid member, you can get 30% off.
Jessica's asking, what do you get out of the free TubeBuddy?
Okay. So here's what you get with free TubeBuddy. You get the upload checklist, the quick edit toolbar, the quick links menu, the notification commenting, the emoji picker, advanced video embedding, a limited amount of the video topic planner, thumbnail generator. I mean, I could go down through and read these. I guess what you don't get is you do not get end screen templates. You don't get card templates. You don't get the sunset videos. You don't get scheduled video updates. You don't get the publishing to Facebook, the scheduled publishing, some of the bulk processing tools, you don't get any of those. The search engine optimization tools, some are limited and some you don't get. But if you go to tubebuddy.com/pricing, you will come to this page, and it has a complete listing of what you do and you don't get based upon what tier you're at versus free, pro, star, and legend. Now I'll also share with you here, because I found this kind of interesting. We have a license that's not listed here. I have a license that's a lifetime pro instead of the monthly fee. Occasionally they will do that. So their licenses here are also based on the number of subscribers that you have. So if you have less than 1,000 subscribers, you click this, and the prices just went down on the pro. Didn't do anything for the star or the legend. If you pay yearly, you get a little bit of discount across the board. If you have more than one channel, you have to send an email to support, but it's pretty cheap. I think it's just a few dollars more. If you're partnered with an MCN, well, that depends on the MCN and what arrangements they have made with TubeBuddy. And if you're a member of a nonprofit organization, then with the proper credentials and stuff, you can get 25% off any license. It's totally worth utilizing the free version.
They're saying they can only see you.
They can only see me. I'm sorry. There.
Thank you, Mary.
Yeah. So it's tubebuddy.com/pricing. And if you would, use the link down below. Doesn't cost you anything. We don't, nothing like that saved, but it does let TubeBuddy know that, hey, we're talking about them, and we've asked you to at least go check them out. And so if you use that link, we certainly appreciate it. The free version is well worth your money. It doesn't cost you anything. A lot of benefits here in this, and you can learn a lot more things. I have the pro version, so you can see what I have over and above the other tools. But we're not at the point where I want to start paying $20 a month. But some of the other perks that are in here, you have the TubeBuddy Mobile, Audio Hero. This is a great one. There's 250,000 premium royalty-free music tracks and sound effects. Tuber Tools. It's free, but if you notice it says sample of assets, it's not everything, but there's a number of things. Other samples. Juke Deck is totally free. This is computer generated audio. And you can get a discount to Epidemic Sound. You can get a discount to Filmora 9 on a annual basis, but if you just buy the lifetime for $60, you have it forever. So that's some of the things that TubeBuddy does. This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Hey, Daryl, this is Grizz out here in Oregon.
Hi, Grizz.
I just wanted to say, first of all, that one person that was asking about he can't find his TubeBuddy. I mean, he's got to go to his Chrome extensions and turn it on. And I just want to tell him, when you open up your Google page, on the top right-hand side, you'll see 3 dots, lined up and down. Click on those 3 dots and go to extensions, and that will show you all your extensions. TubeBuddy will be in there, and you might have to scroll down to the bottom of the page of the extensions, and you have to turn it on. Okay. I will also say, if you have slow internet like me, it is a data hog, so you don't want to leave it on all the time unless you're going to use it. Only turn it on when you're going to use it. But that's my preference. I also want to say that when you first sign up for free TubeBuddy, they will email you a one-time offer, and if you ask them about it again, they'll never respond to it. They'll never tell you what it is. But they do send you a one-time offer email for a lifetime membership for TubeBuddy. It's like $30 for a lifetime. You pay $30. You have it for life. You don't ever have to pay no monthly fees, no yearly fees, no nothing. You have it for life. Mm-hmm. It's a lot better than the free version, but it's not. It doesn't have everything that the monthly versions have. So, right. You can take a look at that. But they only send you that email once, so you have to go back in your emails when you first got roughly when you got your first TubeBuddy. Go back, to your emails back in that period and look for an email from TubeBuddy, and that offer will be there unless you deleted it. But if you delete it, you can't get that offer back.
Okay. All right. So I hope everybody heard that and got that. And what Grizz was talking about, and I guess it's been so long since I've looked at TubeBuddy on the browser because it's just here. What he's talking about is under More Tools, you go to your 3 little dots at the upper right-hand corner, go to More Tools, and you go to Extensions. So if you go
correct. I forgot to say that, the More Tools.
So if you go into Extensions, there's Google Docs Offline, Social Blade is one extension I have. TubeBuddy for YouTube is here. vidIQ is here. There's also some apps, Docs, Sheets, and Slides. And the ones that I happen to have turned on, I have the Google Docs Offline. I have that turned on, and I have the TubeBuddy turned on. The problem is, and Grizz related to this, all of these extensions use up data. They use up bandwidth. And if you don't need it, don't use it. Now, if I'm doing something where I'm going to be wanting to have some interaction with Social Blade or with IQ, I'll use those. I'll come in here and turn them on or turn them off. So this must be where you were talking about where you don't see it. There's no program that it downloads to you. It's the extension. They have it both for Chrome. They have it for Firefox as well.
And if he doesn't have the extension, you can go to your Play Store. Google Play. Go to Google Play, and TubeBuddy will be in there too. To add that as an extension in the Play Store.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you heard it from Grizz. Guarantee it to be. Guarantee that to be true.
So if I'm wrong, come over to one of my videos and give me a thumbs down. Okay, we'll see you in chat, Daryl.
All right. Thanks, Grizz. Appreciate you calling.
No problem.
Take care. Have a nice evening. All right. So you heard it from Grizz, and I guess I didn't catch that. But you come in and you go down to More Tools and Extensions. Click on that. That opens this window. It shows whatever extensions you have downloaded, and you may have to turn them on or turn them off depending upon what you want done. So I can turn on, for example, I can turn on Social Blade. I can turn on vidIQ. And so now if so now you see the IQ extension is now running here. And Social Blade is now running here, as well as TubeBuddy just kind of opens this up into their webpage. And so there you have it. Okay. Well, I've been nudged, been over my hour, so hey, we certainly appreciate all of you that were in here. Special thank you to the moderators. If you've got any questions, send us an email, and we will address them as soon as possible. We try not to leave you hang. I've been known to overlook an email from time to time, and I apologize for that, but we will get back to you. And the email works best. It works much better than Facebook, works much better than any other messaging platform. Just send an email to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. So, Sherry, you got anything else? Oh, yes. MK Lone Star, I know you put it in the chat, but let me just state it for those that maybe aren't watching the chat. MK Lone Star Handcrafted, they're going to be moving. So they're trying to downsize their stock. What was the code?
Moving 30.
The code is moving 30, and you get 30% off. Is that correct? 30% off everything in their store through the end of the month that they have in stock. They're trying to downsize their stock so they don't have so much to move. So that's a pretty good deal, folks. MK Lone Star Handcrafted, Sherry's been put it in the chat, and of course the chat will come back afterwards, and you can use those links anytime you need with that. I don't see any other questions. Don't see anything. So, folks, thanks so much for being here. Thanks again to the moderators. We will see you Thursday, 5 o'clock. You might go check out that skillet video to get an opportunity to win it. And take care. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.